Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I am honored to help you regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. Did you know that 90% of people with Parkinson struggle with speech and swallowing? But it can be successfully treated. It takes a lot of work, but you can treat the speech and swallowing issues in Parkinson's. And I hope you will help us get the word out about our Speak Out therapy program. We're training speech language pathologists all across the U.S. and abroad as quickly as we can. We want everybody with Parkinson's to have access to our treatment, and then join us online for these home practice sessions. Let's all take a sip of water and we are going to get to work. On Fridays, we do things a little bit differently. We're going to do what I call a speak out vocal warm up. This is something that I want you to do before you go out to dinner, before you have an important meeting, before you meet with your financial advisor or your attorney, have any kind of serious conversations or anything like that. You need to do your exercises every morning and then warm up your voice. So we're going to do a warm up. We're going to start with 3 of the May, Me, My, Mo, Moos. Lift your voice and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Every syllable with intent. May, me, my, mo, moo. Now stretch it out a little bit more. May, me, my, mo, moo. Notice at the end, we're reaching so that we don't trail off at the end of our sentences. When people are listening to you speak, if they hear the beginning very strong and they hear the ending very strong, if the middle isn't so strong, if they get the beginning and the end, you have a better chance of being understood. So we're working on really not running out of air and reaching for the last syllable in everything. Let's go ahead and move on to speak out exercise number 2. For our speak out warm up, we're going to do 3 ahs. Here we go. Now, I did not like how I did this because I don't want you to punch it. I never want to hear ah. I want the ah to glide out. Let's try it again. Good. Keep the sound consistent all the way through. Let's do it again. Don't worry if you can't hold it as long. A shorter ah that is nice and clear is good. You hold it as long as you can, but the quality, the sound has to be very clear. Let's take a sip of water with intent. The third speak out exercise is the glide. Project an ah forward and slowly glide up. Here we go. Ah. Stop. Ah. Good. Again. When I'm doing the downward glide, I deliberately have to open my mouth. I feel like I'm opening it wider on the way down, but I'm not really doing it. What's happening is we have the tendency to close our mouth on the way down, and I'm purposefully keeping it open. I'm being deliberate. So let's all do that. One more glide. Good job. Let's take a sip of water. Even though we focus on the warm-up, okay, that I want you to do some other time during the day, okay, before you get together with friends, you're still getting a good workout for today, but it's so important. Everybody with Parkinson's needs to be warming up their voice in different times of the day. That's why I really want you to start incorporating this. Besides doing your speak out exercises in the morning, I want you to incorporate a 5 to 10 minute warm up throughout the day. It's important. Okay. The next exercise, I think we'll count to 20 today. All right, we're not going to stop. Okay, just count to 20. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is not easy. Let's do it again with more intent. I don't want you to do all of this on one breath. I want you to take a breath whenever you need one. Okay? I'm not going to tell you when to take it. Just take it whenever you feel. Instead of speaking out, instead of the words going this way, they start to go back here. And then you know you need to take a breath. Let's count to 20. We'll use a little bit more intent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. The next part of the warm-up. Counting is easier than talking in regular conversation, okay? So the next part of your warm-up, the last part of your warm-up, is to recite something that you know very well. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it is talking in what we call running speech, one sentence to the next, okay? Don't turn it into a cognitive exercise by doing something that you have to think too much about. We're just trying to work the mouth, okay? And the breathing and all of this. We're not worried about what we're saying. So let's do a nursery rhyme, okay? Even though we're adults, we can do a nursery rhyme because we probably know them very well. Let's do Jack and Jill 3 times, okay? If you don't remember it, then the first time will be good and you say it with me the second time, the second and third time. Here we go. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Again. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So I'm being very deliberate. Okay, this is not like I would talk in conversation. Let's do it again 2 more times. Ready? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Are you getting every word with intent? 1 more time. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. And I feel it. Okay, I feel my breathing muscles. I can tell I'm working hard. And that is your speak out vocal warm up that you want to do, like in the car, not if you're driving. In the car, because when you're driving, I want you driving with intent. I don't want you focused on your voice. But if somebody else is driving and you're on your way to a restaurant, warm up your voice. All right? Take a sip of water. I looked at my clock before we started the warm-up, and that took about 7 minutes. So it doesn't take long, 5 to 10 minute warm-up. We're going to do Dr. Boone's words next, and then I want to spend the rest of the session doing some more conversation, you answering questions with intent. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. They force the back of the tongue to go up and hit the roof of the mouth, which is essential for swallowing. Say each one deliberately twice. Gula gang ga ga. Gula gang ga ga. Reach for that last syllable. Next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Ku ka mangu ka. Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Very good. All right, if you need some water, go ahead and take it. And I'm going to ask you, we did some of this last Friday. I'm going to ask you some questions. And let's start off by you not speaking in a complete sentence, okay, not answering in a complete sentence, just telling me what the answer is. So if I ask, who carries the mail, I want you to say, the mailman, and really reach for that last syllable. Everybody say, the mailman. Again, the mailman. We're speaking out. So don't answer in a complete sentence right now. Just tell me the answer. Who builds houses? Did you say a contractor? Again, together. A contractor. Next. Who teaches school? Together. A teacher. Again. A teacher. And I'm working, when I'm looking down, by the way, you can't see me, I've got this book here, so when I look down, I'm finding some more. All right, you answer. Who drives a bus? Who keeps buildings clean? Who serves food in a restaurant? Are you speaking with intent? Every word with intent. Think about it. Who keeps law and order? Who reports the news? Who fills prescriptions? Let me ask you some different questions. Where do you get your prescriptions filled? Answer with intent and reach for the last word. How far is your pharmacy from your house? How far is it? Does your pharmacy deliver? What are the hours of your pharmacy? Every word with intent. Do you know your pharmacist? I am surprised how many people with Parkinson's don't know their pharmacist by name. You want to know your pharmacist very well. You want to know them by name. You want them to bring them cookies around the holidays or give them a card around the holidays. Medications, prescriptions are a very big part of managing Parkinson's. So it makes sense. You want to have a wonderful pharmacy that has wonderful, convenient service. You want to be able to meet with your pharmacist. It's a good idea to take all your medications and supplements and make an appointment with your pharmacist to look through everything. If you're having trouble swallowing certain pills, you could go to your pharmacist and say, this pill really gives me a hard time. Does it come in a different form? Like, can I cut it in half? Can I crush it? Does it come in a gummy? Does it come in a form that would be easier to swallow? Get to know your pharmacist. Please do that. It's important. Okay, we're going to do a few more. Who flies an airplane? All right, now I want you to answer in a complete sentence. So you would say, a pilot flies an airplane, and reach for that last syllable. Ready? A pilot flies an airplane. Again, a pilot flies an airplane. So answer in complete sentences. Who fights for their country? Who types letters and files? Who works on your teeth? Who cuts men's hair? Answer in a complete sentence. Who takes care of young children? And the last one, who gives legal advice? I hope that you are finding these Friday sessions helpful to you, to give you some different ideas for practicing. It is a challenge to maintain the strength of the speech and swallowing muscles with Parkinson's, and you have to do the exercises every day. You can't miss, and so we need a little bit of variety in there. All right, before I end, I want to thank everybody who has already contributed to our June fundraiser. We have only until June 30th to raise $250,000. When we reach our goal, someone who's been in our program for several years and his wife, they are going to contribute an additional $100,000. So we need your help. Again, Parkinson Voice Project, we don't have a development office, so we don't have a fundraising office, okay, in our clinic. We don't host galas or fun runs or silent auctions. We don't want to spend our time on any of that. We want to spend our time on helping you and everyone with Parkinson's around the world preserve your speech and your swallowing. So what we do is we work like crazy to help you with your speech and swallowing, and twice a year in June and around the holidays, the end of the year, we ask you to pay it forward. We ask you to make a donation. And I would also say, if you are finding that these online sessions are helping you, would you consider sending the link to our donate page to your family and friends telling them about our organization and asking them to make a donation to help us reach the $250,000 goal. Your family and friends, people are donating to charities all the time. And if they know that there is one that is really helping you, I think they would be honored to support that. All right. And one last tidbit. 84% of our budget at Parkinson Voice Project is spent on patient care. So we're a very efficient organization. We've never been in debt, and we have a score of 100 on Charity Navigator. If you're not familiar with Charity Navigator, just type in Google Charity Navigator and look up Parkinson Voice Project and look up the other charities that you contribute to. Thank you for joining me today. I will be back on Monday. Have a great weekend.